Hello everyone! Good evening Philippines! Magandang gabi dyan sa Pilipinas. Maayong gabi sa tanan, mapiamang gabi sa langon. Of course, this is your admin Sam and welcome to the live and the interactive interview of the Philippine Pageant page. And today guys, tonight, it's gonna be special because we have not just one, but we have three beauty queens, and they are from the House of Crowns, and they are vying for the Miss World Philippines 2021 title. So guys, let's get to know more about them, kung ano mga journey nila guys, and what are the interesting or inspiring stories about them as they are on the journey for the Miss World Philippines 2021 crown. Ano guys, wag muna itong patagalin guys. So, let's start with the first one. Of course, nandiyan si Queen Janine Manzano. And
Hello everyone, good evening po. Good
yes,
evening, Admin Sam.
yes, good evening to Miss Janine Manzano. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, maayong nga gabi sa inyo nga tanan.
Uy,
I am I am Shannon S. Manzano, 17 years of age. I am standing 5 feet and 11 inches, and I'm proudly representing the City of Stars, Quezon City.
wow. And actually guys, hindi pa nakakaalam dyan guys. Actually, Queen Janine is actually the youngest and the tallest, right?
Yes po.
So, grabe na to. Oh. And of course, let's go on with the second queen for tonight, Miss Andrea Solangi. Yun.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Sir Sam. I'm Andrea Solangi. I'm 25 years of age, and I'm representing the town of Flame Tree Blossoms and the home of Pawikan Festival, Morong, Bataan.
Wow. I hope makapunta tayo sa Bataan, no? So guys, we still have one more, ah. We still have Queen Kylie Dorado. Pero habang hinihintay natin siya kasi siniset upan niya kanyang StreamYard, of course, tayo muna mag-uusap ngayon. So, musta na kayo, House of Crowns Beauties? Na-relax ba kayo ngayong medyo wala pang event? Dahil sa na-postpone yung finals?
Opo, okay naman po. Feeling ko po for me, the 2 weeks extension was a blessing for us to have mental stability since we got
Yes.
we got tired somehow, some way, even though we had fun for the past few weeks that we got in the bubble period, but we still had the time to de-stress po.
Yan. And what about you? Yes, Queen Andrea.
Well, actually, Shannon's right. It is actually a blessing for all of us candidates of Miss World Philippines. On the other hand, we still have a lot more time to prepare for the coronation night. And yun, normally, the kaba is extended then.
Yes.
Kasi August 8 pa, so extended siya ng 2 weeks. So, yun po. We still have a lot of time to prepare.
Yes. And of course, pasasalamatan natin si Sir Edwin Oya from the House of Crowns. At pinayagan niya tayo for this interview. And of course, from the Miss World Organization, di ba? Yes, of course, the Director of National and of the Miss World Philippines is Sir Arnold Vega Fria. Manager Director is Sir Arnold Mercado, of course. And personality is, of course, si Ma'am Mafi Yunon, di ba?
Okay.
Yes. And of course, nandito na ang ating third queen. And of course, guys, I'm proud to present to you guys, Queen Kylie Dorado. Ayun.
Hi everyone. Hello po, Admin Sam. Thank you so much for having us House of Crowns girls here po.
Yes. You're so welcome po. So now, please say fun fact about you, Queen Kylie.
Fun fact about me, one is that I used to attend Latin dance classes before. I also took that in Cha-Cha, yeah. I did that before. And also, well, the world of pageantry is pretty much something that is surprising. Kasi before, my dream was not actually to become a beauty queen. My dream was to become the president of the Philippines.
Wow.
So,
Pwede.
it's a very different path. But yes, that's some of my fun facts po.
Wow, thank you for sharing that one, ah. So you might be the third woman president of the Philippines, 'di ba? Si after
Why
Corazon
not?
Aquino and
Oh.
yes, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Yan. So, ngayon, of course, we have chosen, actually you girls have chosen the representative for the Miss Supranational. So nabawasan na ngayon yung titles. Okay, nabawasan na rin yung girl na kasamahan nyo. So ngayon, ang tanong ko diyan is medyo nabago ba yung mindset nyo dahil may isang nabawas? Yung game plan nyo dahil may isang nabawas na title? Yes,
Actually,
Shannon.
for me, hindi po.
For me po, no, because since I'm actually not qualified for Miss Supra, it doesn't affect me that much.
Oh,
The
grabe naman.
age for Miss
Mindset.
the age
Okay.
for Miss Supra is
Ah,
18. 18. I
okay.
just turned 17 po. So it
Oo.
doesn't really affect me that much since Miss Supra was not one of the crowns that I was eyeing since I'm not qualified for it. So I'm really happy for Ate Dindi Pajares. She deserved it. She was my
Yes.
roommate. She
Wow.
deserved it so much.
Okay. Yes, Andrea. Ano yung sagot mo?
Yeah, for me, hindi naman po masyado kasi we were eyeing, there are a lot of crowns to uh, to choose from, and there's Miss World, Reina Hispano, Miss
Yes.
Environmental. We support Lindy so much, and we know that she
Wow.
deserves the crown. She's supranational, and we, as her sisters from MWP 2021, we support her. We highly support her on her journey
Yes. Mm.
internationally, and we're here vying for another crown for Miss World or Reina Hispano. That's all po.
Yes.
Yun
And I agree
lang.
with that.
We're so
Yes, with
happy for her.
wow.
Totoo po. Ako naman po, it's
Yes.
fun kasi hindi po yan yung pumasok sa isip ko talaga na magpalit ng game plan or whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Still, it's the same. The execution is still the same. Pero yung naisip ko po first is, sabi ko, paano kaya yung numbering namin? Kasi uh,
Pwede.
Baka
Mm.
we're 45 po. Now we're only
Yes.
44. So sabi ko,
Mm-mm.
paano kaya yung number namin? 22 si Ate Dindi. And what's so funny about it din po is halos magkasunod po kami sa mga gagawin namin production number. Abangan nyo din po
Mm-mm.
yan.
Ay,
Production
yes.
number namin sa Miss World Philippines. And sabi ko,
Mm-mm.
paano kaya wala na akong pagkokopya ng nonsense? Paano kaya yung number? So, paano magagalaw ba yung numbering namin? Magbabago ba? Yun po yung unang pumasok sa isip ko talaga. Kasi I really feel like Ate Dindi deserves it. Ate
Yes.
Dindi is such a woman with caliber, and I think that we're sending off someone in supranational na talagang magaling and ipaglalaban niya talaga. So, ayun po.
Yes, and I so agree with that. Baga si Dindy Pajares is actually ripe for the picking, di ba?
Opo.
And with Jan Adahar, we have a very strong delegation to Mr. and Miss Supranational in Poland
Mhm.
next month. Ang lakas ng laban natin ngayon. Yan. Mm-mm. At ito, speaking of that, yung surprise kasi yan eh.
Mhm.
Nabigla ba kayo nun? Belated happy birthday kay Sir Arnold Bigafria. Na-surprise ba kayo nun?
Ayun sa
Yes,
Mr.
Shannon.
Sige po.
Yes, it's okay. Kahit sino. Yes. Mm.
Parang po kasing parang expected na po talaga namin na it's Ate Dindi.
Yes. Mm-mm.
So, nung day po na yon, it was surprising that they gave us the ball to actually be the
Yes.
one to choose who will be the next Miss Supra. And at that moment, we felt na it was the most fair type of voting for
Yes.
the next Miss Supra because we were on that journey with Ate Dindi.
Exactly.
And we
Yes.
saw
Mm-mm.
her capabilities. And
Yes,
she
exactly.
deserved it.
Yes. And actually, ang maganda dun is that was the first, parang historic first in the Philippine pageantry. Na kayo mismo ang bumoto sa kapwa ninyo girls, di ba? So congratulations At saka yun nga, kasi nagiging matunog na rin yung pangalan niya na pang Sopra, di ba?
Opo, totoo po.
Ever since
Mm.
siya na yung pinakamatunog out of all the girls for Sutra.
Yeah po,
Kasi
sobra.
pageant veteran na din po kasi si
Yes.
Ate Cindy. So, it's nothing
Has
new.
all
And
the
I really
experience.
feel like that's why she deserves it. Kasi nga, she's a pageant veteran already and she's already 28 years old.
Yes.
So,
Kaya nga, yes.
na talaga, bigyan na natin sa kanya ang kanyang crown. Ganon.
Ang hirap na magkaroon uri ng mga ayun sinasabi, sorry to say this mga wasted beauty, di ba? Yung mga dahil nga sa age, hindi na sila nakapag-try ulit. At of course, mega shoutout tayo sa lahat na nandito Si Mayamar Sugano, of course, Annabel Mercado, hello po din sa inyo. At saka lahat ng nandyan hindi ko masyado nababasa to eh. Pwede kayo mag-interact sa kanila Okay. So, now,
Actually, di ko
of
rin po
course,
nababasa.
okay. Kayo, Miss Shani, nababasa mo? Miss Andrea, nababasa nyo?
Apo, nasa chat.
Actually, hindi po ako dito sa phone, pero sa kabilang phone niya. Nababasa po na.
Yes. I'll start with you, Miss Shani Manzano. You are a
Yes,
student right now, right?
Yes po.
Anong year ka na?
I just finished grade 11 po. I'm gonna enroll for grade 12
So anong
on September.
Okay. Anong gusto mo course pag nagkolehiyo ka na?
I wanna take up po accountancy. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy because I wanted to be my pre-law because the main goal is actually law. Yeah.
Nako, magaling kasi ito magsalita eh.
True.
Kaya, di ba?
Thank you po.
Yes. Yan. And si Miss Kyle, Queen Kyle naman is actually a news reporter, right?
Yes po. I'm a news correspondent po already in 25. Kasi I started po in journalism talaga, competing for journalism in school as young as 12, since elementary, and then hanggang high school po. And then until now, since I adopted it na, and I really feel like writing is my passion already. So, ayun po, I really pursued that path. Kaya parang inisip ko din, sabi ko, itutuloy ko ba or is pageant really going to be for me? Kasi sabi ko, ever since naman po talaga ang yun that in line din sa gusto ko yun, something political, something that I can get myself involved into. So, ayun po. Pero, well, the doors of opportunity opened for me. So, I grabbed it and now I'm using Miss World also as a platform. And at the same time, yung pagiging news correspondent ko po, nagagamit ko din to really become the voice for others. So, ayun po.
So,
Parang
are you still, yes. So, are you still doing that job? Nasa pageant 3 ka ngayon? Okay. Wow.
Pero when we were in a bubble po for 2 weeks, ano po muna ako, I took a leave from that. Pero ngayon po, I'm getting back again. I'm going back again. I'm doing it again. Kasi yun nga po, I feel like na-miss ko. Like, in the span of 14 days, parang sabi ko, hala, parang may kulang sa akin. Ganon. Parang may dapat akong ginagawa. Parang gusto ko magsusulat ngayon. Gusto ko nag-voice over ngayon and stuff like that. So, as soon as I got my foot back sa province po namin, sa Pampanga, sabi ko, gagawin ko na agad to.
Wow.
Gagawin ko ulit na, balik ulit ako. Ganun po.
I think parehas kami ni Andrea, nawawala yung signal namin eh. Andrea, you are engineer, right?
Not yet a license, but I wanted to pursue again. But I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering from a state university here in Bataan. And now I'm currently working as a project coordinator in a telecommunications company that resides in Makati po.
Yan po yung masipag talaga. Kahit na nasa loob kami ng Miss World, talaga nagtatrabaho sa. Grabe.
Work is life.
Yes, actually, I'm with Empowered Women, no? Ito, a House of Crowns Beauty, grabe, no? Grabe. Grabe ang definition of beauty queens ngayon sa Pilipinas, di ba? Oo. Okay, ngayon, you're welcome. Lahat ba kayo dito this is your first time for pageantry, national beauty pageants? Shannon, yes.
Ako po is my first ever pageant. No school pageants or anything. This is my first pageant. Like, first.
Oh, grabe. Sino nagtulak sa'yo para sumali?
Parents, handlers, sila Tito Dave Ocampo and Tito Edwin Oy, and myself. Because I was looking for my purpose during the pandemic. And it's
Mm.
like it was destined to me because Tito Edwin just and Tito Dave just actually popped out on my messenger and said, "Do you want to join Miss World?" And me as a person that don't waste opportunities, I automatically said yes without even having second thoughts about it. And here I am.
Wow. Wow, I love that. Okay, Andrea, ikaw naman. First national pageant mo 'to?
Hindi po. First major national pageant. Pero I've joined four pageants before, which is one for Miss Morong in my
Yes.
municipality. Second one is the Miss Bataan, and then
Mm.
two national pageants po. Yeah.
Hmm. So, ikaw ba yung
But
sumali
I've
sa
been modeling.
sa modeling, yes, 'di ba?
Yes
Sino
po,
po
sa modeling.
talaga?
It's Catwalk
Yes.
Philippines. Actually,
Nag
Simon is one of my batchmates po.
Yeah.
sino
Catwalk.
Catwalk Philippines
Sila
po
pong
yun.
Ah,
dalawa. Kaya super
okey.
tawa sila.
Yes. Ano
Kasi po
ikaw,
ako yun.
Queen Kyle, first time mo ba 'to?
First national pageant, yes po, considering I'm only 19. Pero pageant po in general,
Mm.
I already am a title holder po in Mabalacat and also done provincial pageant. So pretty much parang ano din eh, parang sunod-sunod po municipal and then provincial and then ngayon po nag-national pageant ako. Which surprisingly, kasi nagpatuloy po ako from municipal. So ayun
Hmm.
po. And also like Ate Andrea and Shannon, I've also joined a national modeling competition din naman po.
Yes. Oo, nawap ko 'no? Sorry, kasi minsan nangyayari
Wala
ka
po.
talaga 'to, eh, oo. Di
Hmm.
nawala ako 'no? Okay. So,
Okay.
ito tanong ko sa inyo, of all the national pageants, bakit Miss World Philippines 2021? Yun nga si Shannon kanina meron siyang sinabi, eh. Pero ano ang more explanation mo dun, Queen Shannon?
Well, we all know po na the core of Miss World Philippines is beauty with a purpose. And as a teenager, as a girl who loves to speak since she was a little kid, I love
Wow.
sharing stories and listening to other people. And when I learned that this is a platform that I can be more like myself, where I can be kikai, where I can doll
Mm,
up because I love dolling up, while I can actually be the voice for other people as well. I think
mm.
that Miss World was the perfect starting pageant point for me since I'm a
Yes.
first timer, and it is the best organization because they gave me a very warm welcome in the world of pageantry. This
Yes.
organization was the organization that taught me step by step of how does the pageant world goes. And I'm just very thankful because everything's just going perfectly online. Thank you,
Wow.
Miss World.
Yes. And thank you for sharing that one. Yes, Miss Queen Andrea.
So just like Shannon have said, Miss World score is about beauty with a purpose, and I think that this is actually a huge platform and a huge opportunity for us to pursue our advocacy, which is for my advocacy, it is cancer awareness. I
Mm,
started supporting an organization here in Bataan earlier this year, not because of the pageant, but because that's something that I really wanted to pursue personally. But yun nga po, Miss World is a good opportunity for me to kind of support them and use their influences as well, the organization's influences or Miss World's
yes.
influences to help them, provide for them, support them completely wholeheartedly. And I know that with Miss World organization, Philippines organization, and also if given a chance to represent our country internationally, we can create a more bigger platform for this cause. Yun po.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh. And yes, Queen Kyle, why Miss World Philippines?
Just like what my two sisters have said, the tagline of Miss World Philippines organization, which is Beauty with a Purpose, really resonated with me well
Mm.
because I am someone who constantly has this existential questions about myself and my existence,
Hmm.
that ano ba yung purpose ko in life? What do I need to do? What do I have to do? And that I actually aspire to become a philanthropist.
Oh,
And yun nga po,
yes.
um, and so I think, sabi ko, what do I have now? What do I need to do now? And right at this moment na pwede kong magamit as an instrument for me to make it my platform. And I think that I can really work well with the organization. Kasi I really feel like I want to fulfill my purpose. I want to fill the luxuries of my heart of giving in form of making this or making Miss World Philippines organization as my platform for my advocacy, which is mental health awareness. That is very dear to my heart because I have personally experienced it. I
Mm.
have been diagnosed with anxiety disorder. And so I want my story to get out there. I want my vulnerability to get out there because I really feel like I want to become the bearer of positivity when it comes to those things. And especially right now na nasa pandemic po tayo, it took a toll on our mental health, and that's why
Mm.
I really want to become a bearer of positivity for everyone po.
Yan. Okay, thank you for that, ah. So, gaya ng sinabi ni Queen Andrea kanina, ang Miss World Philippines is not only for the Miss World title, 'di ba? Para
Mm.
representative natin para sa Miss World.
Yes po.
Of course, nawala now we still have Hispano-Americano. We still
Mm.
have Miss Eco International, Miss Eco 10
I think,
International, Miss Multinational. We have this is new, Miss Philippine Tourism and the Miss Philippines
development.
Environmental
Yes po.
International. So, marami pa. At
Mm.
speaking of
Yung
kuan,
paano pa
mga
po?
fast track events, yes, lahat na ba ng fast track events tapos na? O meron pa?
Yes
Shanine?
po,
Yes.
actually.
Yes
Yes.
po. Yes,
Hmm.
Opo,
actually, tapos na lahat. The only thing that we've been waiting for is the coronation.
Coronation.
So, pagbalik
Yeah.
talaga, sa, pagbalik sa lock-in po ng Miss World, I think the main focus na is coronation.
Yes. And speaking of that, Andrea, anong pinaka na memorable o yung pinaka nag-enjoy ka sa lahat ng fast track?
Since National Costume and Top Model Award is something that I got, that's the most memorable for me.
Yes.
So talagang yung hype from the supporters, from the people in my municipality, talagang proud na proud na sila. I'm very, very overwhelmed and thankful for their support po.
Yes, congratulations to that kasi pasok ka sa dalawang fast track challenge na yon.
Apo.
Wow, finalist ka dun. Okay, and you, yes, Miss Kyle. Ano yung pinaka gusto mo sa lahat ng fast track? Pinaka hindi mo makakalimutan.
Probably the most memorable one that I got to top 12 finalists is head-to-head challenge. It
Uy,
was
yes.
very, I don't know, it's an exhilarating experience. It's something very memorable kasi talagang nung una po, the first round, very basic questions. Pinapapili lang
Mm.
kami kung shower or tabo. And then, that's why nung next round, hindi na po talaga namin in-expect na, oh my goodness, COVID-19 vaccine, same-sex marriage, do you agree or not, and stuff like that. So parang for me, it's very memorable kasi it's so exciting and we get to really express ourselves during the rounds of the head-to-head challenge po.
Alam mo, napanood ko yung head-to-head challenge na yun. Ang gagaling nyo kasi minsan kasi, kung sino yung nauna, yung iba, kahit hindi siya yung pumili, nadidepende niya. Kaya congratulations sa
Opo.
inyo, ha. Shani Manzano, ikaw, anong pinaka gusto mo sa lahat ng challenge?
Yung sports challenge po. I might not
Yes.
became a finalist for the sports challenge, but
Yes.
that was my favorite because I love
Mm-mm.
the excitement of that one po. Even though I am bruised at that time, I still managed to finish the
Oh,
Spartan challenge and
wow.
have a
Yes.
perfect score on the shooting range. And I love guns. I love the thrill. I'm
Yes.
not a typical girly girl, so I really love that one.
Wow, thank you po. At ginawa yan sa Pampanga, 'di ba? Sa Tyro Squad ba
Yes
'yon?
po,
Yes
Tyro
po.
Sorta. Thank you so
Tayo.
much, Tyro Sorta, for giving us the chance for that.
Here sa Pampanga po.
And speaking of that sports, yung mga ganyan na yung unang inakala nilang panlalaki, ngayon, we have the first gold medalist, 'di ba? Sa weightlifting, si Hedelin Diaz.
Opo,
Adeline,
hallelujah.
Congratulations,
yes.
Sobrang
Oo.
First
So
gold
proud
medal
of
for the
her.
Philippines.
And who would have thought that the first Filipino to bring the gold medal in the
Olympic.
Philippines is actually a woman, 'di ba?
Filipina. Yes, a
Yeah, sa
Filipina.
Pilipina. So,
Nandun pa po nung una, naiyak ako sa story niya
yes.
talaga.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yes. And patrivia tayo diyan, Of course, ang Modern Olympics started in 1896, 'di ba?
Opo.
Philippines first joined in 1928. Si David Nepomuceno isang PhilAm. The first medal na nakuha natin was back in 1932 sa Amsterdam. That was Teofilo Ildefonso. And finally, we have the gold. After
Oh,
125 years since the
Yes.
1896. So finally. At sana magiging kuanto, parang awakening
Starting
sa ating government para to give more support
totoo
sa ating
po.
mga atleta, di ba?
Totoo.
Yan. And speaking of that, yan, I would like to ask ngayon, kasi na-mention ninyo kanina din advocacy. Shanine, let's start with you. Ano yung advocacy mo?
As a teenager, my advocacy is correlated to my age po, which is teenage pregnancy and how it
Yes.
is related to the social issues here in our country. As
Mm-mm.
we all know, teenage pregnancy has been a rising issue in our country,
Yes.
especially when the pandemic has started. And
Yes.
I, as a teenager, saw it firsthand how it became a problem that it affects their education because they chose to be a mother instead of a student. And as we all know that education is something that we should all prioritize at
Yes.
this age because it is something that no one can take away from you in the future. That's why I want to raise awareness from it because I always believe that prevention is better than cure. So at this time, this is not something to be part of the new normal because it affects a lot of aspects and social issues in our country
Exactly.
such as poverty, lack of education, um,
Yes.
child exploitation since they are on the streets at a very young age if their mothers cannot sadly afford their living. And that's why
Mm.
we need to be aware and
Mm-mm.
have a heart to help and to share our knowledge about this kind of stuff because this is not a joke.
Exactly. So it's like kumbaga follow your dream, 'di ba? Not your heart muna. Kasi dahil sa love 'yan 'di ba? Maraming nabablind, 'di ba?
Pero we can, for me po, we can still love at a very
Mm-mm.
young age. There's nothing
Yes.
wrong about that.
Yes.
I just want to raise awareness about it that we can teach young teens like me to be
Mm-mm.
open-minded about this stuff so
Yes.
they know what they need to do. They need to know what they need to be cautious about, some restrictions they need to follow so
Mm-mm.
that we can prevent this kind of stuffs.
Yes, thank you po that. At saka mamaya, bago ko itanong sa iba nating queens, shoutout muna tayo sa lahat nandito. Jamie Reno Maningo, Andrea Sulangi for the crown, Ati Andrea, yan, sabi ni Jay Morino, yan. Tapos, mamaya yung mga questions natin dyan mamaya. Sa mga co-admins ko dyan, hello po sa inyong lahat dyan. Yes, Jono Pagui, yan, hello po. Yes, and your advocacy po, Queen Andrea.
So just like what I've said earlier, my advocacy is about cancer awareness.
Mm-mm.
It all
Mm-mm.
started. I just realized that this advocacy has to raise because last year, two of my close relatives died or passed away because of cancer. Two different cancer. My lola passed away because of breast cancer, and my lolo passed away because of prostate cancer. And I've seen
No.
them struggle during the battle and until they passed away. So, ayun nga po, just like what I've been, and then, naririnig ko from the
Mm-mm.
stories of other fighters of cancer.
Yes.
Sobrang hirap po. Sobrang
Yes.
hirap ipaglaban ng sakit, lalo na kung katawan mo na or health mo na yung nakasalalay doon.
Yes.
And there's a lot of battles around na hindi talaga na ipaglalaban, hindi talaga naririnig. Especially the support, the medical support. And that's one of the reasons why I looked for an organization to support for. because since nag-join po ako ng pageant, we all know that there's a lot of advantages when it comes to joining
Yes.
this kind of industry. So I think hindi naman po masama kung kung ano man yung makuha natin about dito sa pagsali natin sa ganitong industriya,
Mm. Yes.
tulong natin doon sa mga nangangailangan. So I think
Ye
there's a lot of voices that need to be heard when it comes to cancer. And yun po, kasi sobrang yung battle po kasi sa cancer is sobrang hirap talaga. And nakita ko yun last year because of my
yes.
lola at saka lola. So yun po, na-inspire po ako to do it, to
Yes.
pursue the goal
Mm.
because of them.
Okay, thank you for that, Queen Andrea. At saka speaking of your advocacy sa cancer, anong tingin mo yung normal na lifestyle ng tao na dapat iwasan dahil nakaka-trigger siya na to have the cancer?
Well, first and foremost, I think we should watch our health first.
Mm.
Especially dun sa mga teenager pa lang, kailangan bata pa lang tayo. Tingnan na talaga natin kung ano yung mga kinakain natin. Let
Mm.
us be conscious. Alam ko naman na mahilig tayo lahat kumain at masarap talaga kumain. Pero
Yes.
yun nga, kailangan moderate lang. Still, diet, workout, kung kaya.
Mm.
Ayun
Yes.
po. And then, magpatingin tayo. Let's have our regular checkup
Yes.
yearly possible or every
Mm.
month.
Kasi yan minsan ang misconception ng mga Pilipino eh. Natatakot magpa-check up kasi natakot na malamang may sakit. Which is napaka
Opo. Especially these days
hindi
kasi
advisable.
we're
Yes.
under
Mm.
pandemic pa.
Mm.
Akalain ng iba. During this time of pandemic,
Yes.
actually, sir, sobrang hirap, especially for cancer patients, pumunta sa hospital. So, medyo nakakatakot kasi once you
Yes.
pass away, baka sabihin ng iba it's because of
Yes.
COVID, but on the other hand, it's about the disease.
Yes.
So,
And
ayun po.
let us admit the fact that sa atin talaga mahal magkasakit.
Sobra
Sobra.
po. Unlike
Yes.
sa ibang
Mm.
bansa.
Yes, unlike sa ibang
Kaya
bansa.
yun po
Kaya
yung
swerte kay
gusto
mga
really
yes, OFW dito.
ano natin.
Yes, Queen Kyle. Yes, Queen Kyle. Ikaw naman, advocacy natin dyan.
As I've told nga po earlier,
Yes.
my advocacy is something that is very dear to me because I have
Mm.
personally experienced a hardship din po when it comes to my mental health. So,
Mm.
advocacy po is mental health awareness. And I really feel like, lalo na po ngayon, kailangan talaga natin ng someone who would encourage us pa to fight more. Kasi ngayon pong pandemic, it's so hard. Especially that we have only minimal interaction with other people, and as much as possible, syempre social distancing with everyone because we don't want to get anyone infected or acquiring the virus from anyone. So I really feel like hindi lang naman po with the pandemic, which is also an environmental factor. Even prior to the pandemic, I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder. And what people should really know about it is that the message that I want to get across is that it has no face, definitely has no gender, and has no age. Because when I was diagnosed with it, I was only 14 years old. And syempre, people would be saying, lalo na the elder ones, would be saying na, you're too young to be problematic about these things. You're too young to have these problems. You're too young to, yung mga ganun pong things. And I feel like it really would come in different walks of life. And it's about time that we cultivate a culture of understanding na din with everyone and just be kind to everyone. And that's why I want to share my story and I want to be vulnerable because the greatest gift that we can give to another struggling human is actually admitting the same thing because we're giving them the permission to really admit that they're also struggling too. And that's a huge thing for me. And like I told you then po earlier, I want to become the bearer of positivity for this.
Yes.
And I feel like I want the Miss World Philippines organization to become one of my platforms din po. Kasi gaya nga din ng sabi ni Ate Andrea na it's not just all about winning anymore. It's about the
Mm.
people that you're going to reach, yung mga tao na matutulungan mo by
Mm.
actually just being passionate about a lot of things that you want to get out there and making it a platform po.
Yan, okay. Thank you for that. At speaking of your advocacy about mental health, kasi minsan sa atin kasi sa Pilipinas, may misconception din tayo eh. Pag nagpatingin ka sa psychiatry, parang iba na yung sinasabi nung iba. Di
Oo,
ba?
may baliw, ganyan, may mga ganun po eh.
Oo,
Nakita
ganun.
po ko nung una, sabi ko, ay, natakot po ako maging vulnerable and to open up about my story kasi nga po, because
Oo.
of the stigma that has been
Yes.
going around with it, na parang pag lumapit ka sa ganito, sa psychiatrist or psychologist, parang, may problema ka ba sa pag-iisip? Ganyan, may problema ka ba sa utak? Which is
Yes.
something din naman po na,
Yes, correct.
Ayun.
Ayun. So, of course, may shout out pala tayo kay Sir, nandito siya eh. Sir Edwin Oy. Nandito po siya. Yan. Go girls! The House of Crowns is very proud of you. Love you all. Yan. And thank to Philippine Pageants for featuring our girls for Miss World Philippines. Yan. And guys, speaking of Sir Edwin, if somebody would ask me who is the father of, Filipino national costumes, I would say Sir Edwin Oy. The most awarded para sa akin of all the Filipino when it comes to national costumes. Hindi lang sa local natin, pati sa internationals. We have Parol siya, nanalo yan, di ba? Cindy Maduna sa Scuba International, Miss Scuba International, di ba? Kahit sa Mr. International, di ba? Sino yun? Reniel Villarreal, di ba? Villarreal, basta ganun, nanalo din yan. And of course, hindi lang sa hindi lang sa national costume, pati sa gown. Si Hilary Parungaw, di ba?
Yes,
Yung during that time call, Miss World Philippines 2015, nanalo siya ng long gown. Tapos before that, nag-compete siya sa Miss Asia Pacific World in Korea in 2014, nanalo din siya ng national costume at sinuot, of course, gawa ni Sir Edwin Oy. Yes. Pati kay Winwin di ba? Marquez. Yes, oo. Kaya the father of Philippine national costume. Yan, magaling yan. Kaya saludo ako dyan. At mabait. Napaka-humble. Yan, di ba?
And we thank them sobra kasi they trusted us, especially Tito Edwin, to let us wear his face during Miss Philippines.
Yeah.
So, lahat po namin, national costume and some gowns.
Yes.
Isa po yung may kapanan. And we were proud to wear all of them, knowing that
Yes.
it is our father. One of our
Hashtag
father
Edwin
na talaga.
And congratulations.
Edwin.
Yes. At lahat ng
Tatay
national
namin.
costume nyo pasok kayo sa, di ba? Pasok ba kayong tatlo? Sa national
siya
costume?
Si Andrea po.
Oo. Pero ang ganda sino yung may papapasabog na may itak?
Chanel.
Andrea, siya. Ang ganda ng concept na yun, Oo. Tapos
It's
kahit
like
yes. Yes, okay.
it's like a representation po of a modern Filipina.
Yes.
Like they can be very demure and babaeng Pilipina, dalagang Pilipina, but they can also be a fighter and a warrior ready to stand up and fight for their country.
Ang ganda ng execution mo nun, Talagang alam mo yung emotions, yung drama nandun eh. Actor, di ba? Oo. At yung may dalang Maranao inspired na house. Maranao house.
It is the Maranao inspired house. Binitbit ko on stage. Yun po.
Mabigat ba yun?
Ganda. Actually,
Tama lang.
Tamang-tama lang. Kaya nga siya bitbitin ng one hand.
Yes. And the Philippine Eagle, of course. Queen Kyle, di ba?
Opo. But I'm just really proud in general wearing a Tito Edwin creation, especially the national costume. Ayan. And I'm proud of my two sisters getting into the national costume.
You did well also, Kylie.
They really did great that night. They really performed good. They deserve the spotlight.
Yes. And speaking of Philippine Eagle, yan ang ating national bird ngayon. Pinalitan na yung Maya. Dati Maya yun eh. Of course, the Philippine Eagle. Ang dating pangalan ng Philippine Eagle is Philippine Monkey Eating Eagle. Pero pinalitan itong Philippine Eagle. Kaya yung scientific name ng Philippine Eagle, Phyticopaga jeffreyi, monkey eating. So, yun po yun. Yan. Okay, now, ngayon, bagong-bago lang ang House of Crowns. Di ba? Paano kayo na-discover ng House of Crowns? Shannon, para nakwento mo na yan kanina sa akin. Paano yun?
I was discovered po on a modeling competition,
Mm.
Catwalk Philippines
Mm.
2019, which is my first exposure to the fashion industry.
Mm.
And Tito Dave and Tito Edwin was a designer and supports that that modeling competition. And then
Mm.
Tito Dave scouted me.
Yes.
Our connections, he gave me fashion shows. He gave me shows with Fanny Serrano, with
Wow.
the Philippine Fashion Week, the Philippine Fashion Revolution, and it's all because of Tito Dave. Thank you so much, po. And then we just suddenly came up to the idea to join pageants. Actually, the first pageant that I was supposed to be joining was Miss Teen Philippines because
Yes.
I'm a teenager.
Yes.
But I think it's not destined for me. Yeah, it's not.
Yes.
I think it's just not destined for me because
Mm.
it's moved because of the pandemic, and then Miss World came up, and then I'm here.
So matanong ko lang kasi napakatangkad mo eh. Parang,
Yes, po.
do you think that it plays an advantage to you? Kasi kahit batang-bata pa ka, napapansin ka sa height mo?
So, sobra po. My
Yes.
height and my age was my advantage in this competition, in the Miss World Philippines competition, because I am in line with so much of a high caliber candidates, Emmanuel Vera,
Yes.
Gaynel Krishnan,
Yes.
a lot of high caliber girls, but
Yes. Mm.
I am I am not I'm not having a hard time to make a name for myself because
Mm.
my age and my height was speaking for me.
Yes. Mm.
Even though I don't have a pageant background, even though I did not join Binibini, there were she's the youngest and the tallest. And all I have to
Yes.
do is to
Yes.
maintain that attention and perform well.
Yes. Aware lang ako nito Nung kabataan mo ba natutukso ka dahil sa height mo?
Opo! Yes!
Napo ba?
Up until now. But
Mm.
before, I find it as an insecurity. Actually po.
Ah.
I find it as an insecurity like, hala, ang tangkad ko, parang I don't blend in because I'm taller than other
Oo.
boys and I'm the tallest in the class. And then,
Yes.
up until 15, I was still insecure about my height. And then I learned to love it because of pageantry. I learned to
Ah.
love my height because it was my advantage. Yun
Yes.
po.
Yan. Ikaw, yes, Queen Andrea. Paano ka na-discover ng House of Crowns?
Actually, parang nasabi na lahat ni Shannon kasi sabay lang naman kami na-discover ni Tito
Okay.
Dave. But yeah,
Mm.
opo. Since
Mm.
batchmates kami during Catwalk Philippines 2019, and Tito Dave is part of DCP, Designer
Mm.
Circle Philippines.
Yes.
So, doon niya po kami nakita. And, ayun, nagtuloy-tuloy na yung career, especially sa modeling. And then, head straight to, to pageant. First time akong hinawakan ni Tito Edwin and Tito Dave. And then, I think that was last February lang po na sinabi sa akin ni Tito Dave na Miss World tayo. So, sabi ko kay Tito Dave, Tito, pwede ko po bang pag-isipan? So, it made me decide on, I think that was 3 weeks or almost 1 month before I responded back to so,
Yes.
sabi ko, okay po, Tito, paano po yung application? So, yun po, scout niya ako to pursue this Miss World Philippines and I'm here.
Yes. And mega shout out to him, Sir Dave Ocampo, di ba?
Opo, dito siya, nagbabasa po ako sa
Okay.
sa
Hello
comment
po.
section.
Ay, yan We are proud of you,
Hi,
anak.
Tito.
House of Crowns. Nandyan pala, Nandyan, Si Carl
Opo.
Longhas. Nida Valdez. Yan. Rogie Solangi. Yes, ang ganda ni. Yes, Andrea Solangi. Yan. Okay, yes. Paano ka man na-discover? Yes, Queen Kyle.
Even before House of Crowns was born po, talagang Tito Edwin and Tito Dave baby na ako. Kasi since 14 years old po talaga when I started modeling po in Manila, they scouted me, and ever since World's Best Models Philippines, I've joined din po and they were designers there. Tapos ever since po noon, I have been with them na po talaga and they have been supporting me through everything and through my journey. Kahit po na nasa municipal pa lang ako, provincial, and now national, talagang they have been there. That's why I treat them talaga as a second family na din po. Kasi talagang lumaki na ako kay Tito Dim and Tito Edwin. Literal po
Okay.
talaga. Kasi 14 ako nun and I'm 19 now, turning 20. So, ang tagal na panahon na din po. And I feel like, yun nga po, I'm really just grateful na until now, they're really supporting us in our journey sa Miss World.
Okay. And speaking of, dahil nga House of Crowns kayo eh, ano yung mga first impression niyo sa bawat isa? Yung first time na nagkita kayo? Shannon.
Si Ate Andrea po, first impression ko, masungit. Hindi ako kakausapin. Actually, lahat. Ako, like, I thought I would never be close to her. Like, she's like this girl. She's very quiet. Very intimidating. She's that girl. Pero, pag nakilala niyo po siya, very opposite. She's very maingay. Hindi ka po makakatulog. Very
Sorry.
ano po siya, very bubbly.
It's okay. It's okay, ah.
Very bubbly po yung personality niya. But you just need to
Parang
really get to know each other first. Si Ate Kylie naman po, at first, feeling ko po, very very beauty queen type. Yung parang ang taas, very intimidating. Kasi yung face value, di ba? Yung nakita ko siya nung, when I first saw her at Miss Teen Philippines application, sabi ko, hala, ang ganda niya, ganon. Very intimidating. Tapos, kala niyo po yung hindi makakausap kasi they were both very quiet at first. Pares po sila, that's the same characteristic that they have. Eh, ako po, I'm that girl that loves talking at the first time we meet. So,
Yes.
it was like, I'm like very, I just smile at them because they're both very intimidating. Because, mayayain pa po ako na. They're both very intimidating kasi nga po, they have that very beauty queen face na parang ang taas, ganon. And ayun po. But they're very both kind and sweet and very ates to me.
Yan. And of course, ikaw naman, Queen Andre.
Ayan. My first impression about Shannon is actually during catwalk po kasi nakita ko siya, she's one of the tallest na rin. Actually, she's the tallest. Sa totoo lang. Yes. So sabi ko, taon na ba itong batang to? Sabi ko kaya. Kasi I'm aware about my age. I'm 23 or 24 during that time. Pero sabi ko, ang tagkad niya. Tapos, iba-iba yung tsura niya today during, compared dun sa catwalk. Pero, ayun, makikita mo siya pag gumalaw talaga, baby, and makikita mo, ay, kasama si tita. Talagang bantay sarado siya. So, ayun. So, and then, pag na-encounter mo na talaga si Shannon, talagang sobrang bubbly, sobrang kulit. Especially now, na magkasama kami during MWT, na talagang, alam mo yun, pumapasok na lang basta-basta sa kwarto na hindi namin alam. Pero joke lang.
Oy, namin.
Pero we have that kind of bond na talagang sisters talaga.
Wow.
So, she's like...
May sarili pa akong keycard sa kwarto nila.
Nasa kanya po yung keycard.
Yes.
And then kay Kylie, so the first time I saw her is just this year during the official shoot. I think last year pala. This year lang sa official shoot na talaga for our entry for pero nakita ko na siya magsalita. So hindi ko siya nakita unlike Shannon na talagang makikita mo si Kylie intimidating. No, I didn't find her. I found her baby rin. Pero when I got to know her, mature siya talaga. So, lang po.
Yan. And yes, Kyle ba or Kylie?
Sige, kayo na po bahala.
No,
Kasi
Kylie.
po talaga ito na panlalaki.
The safest.
Yeah.
Pero since mo, syempre parang sabi na, para
Yes, Queen Kylie. At alam, guys, trivia tayo. Alam mo bang word na Kylie is an valid English word? Ibig sabihin is boomerang. Kylie, di ba? Oo. Yan. Okay, Queen Kylie, ikaw. Yan. Kasi may ligas ako sa larong Scrabble eh. Professional player po ako.
Ang
Yan.
galing! I love that.
Thank you. Yan. Dito sa Jeddah, hindi pa mamayabang Hall of Famer sa Scrabble lang. Hilig ko yung words. Okay, Queen Kylie, ano yung impression mo sa kanila?
Kay Shanel, nakita ko po siya talaga una Miss Teen Philippines po talaga kasi pareho po dapat kami. And it just so happened, it's very unfortunate po. Sabi ko sana huling ko na po yun. Siyempre, magna-19 na ako. So, mag-overage na po ako for Miss Teen. Sabi ko, sana mag-okay na to para And then, nag-pandemic po. So, hindi na natuloy. And then, yun nga po, when I first saw her, sabi ko, ang tangkad ng batang to. Hindi ko pa talaga inisip at hindi ako makapaniwala na ilang taon lang, mga 15, 16 lang po siya noong time na yun. Sabi ko, ang tangkad, grabe. Lalo na po in person. In person po talaga, mas ma-feel nyo po, mas malulula talaga kayo. Parang naisip ko sa sarili ko height. Sabi ko, okay na, sakto naman yung height ko, sakto na sa height ko. Pero parang, grabe, first time kong tumingin po ng ganon. Pagkausap ko siya, nakatingala po talaga ako na naka-heels pa yata siya that time. Tapos ayun po, parang ng time na yun, baby, kasi kasama niya din si tita mo, si mama niya. So, ayun, from the very beginning, she's so bubbly talaga. Sobrang, ang ng energy niya, and it's not bad na talagang siya, makwento, and she's bubbly, everyone around her talagang, ayun, kinakausap niya, kaya parang wala talagang intimidating aura with her despite her height. Ang tangkad, parang tore.
Twin Towers.
Tapos yung kakulitan niya talaga nag-shine pa nung nasa bubble po kami. Talagang mag-random doorbell. Random doorbell sa kwarto namin.
Grabe
Ganon.
siya mag-doorbell. Talagang magigising ka sa doorbell niya.
Ayun. Kaya, it's so fun to be around her kasi talaga yung kakulitan niya. Hindi ka talaga mabobore, hindi ka talaga, alam mo yun, lalo na kapag ka medyo down na yung atmosphere kasi walang bintana sa room namin and all that. So, pag dumating si Shannon, ay, buti na lang, gano'n.
May maingay.
May maingay. Then kay Ate Andrea naman, nung una po talaga, sabi ko, ay, parang intimidating. Kasi yung unang kita ko po sa kanya is official shoot na po namin for Houses of Crowns. So, nakagano siya sa laptop niya, seryoso siya. Sabi ko, po, kapag kinausap ko siya, istorbo ko siya. Mga ganun po. Pero kasi Shannon, talagang chinichika ko na po siya from the very beginning. Tapos inaano ko siya, ano yung gusto niyang course, ganyan, pag-isipan niya. Si Ate Andrea, nakita ko siya, sabi ko, sabi ko baka maistorbo ko.
Baka kainin kami ng buhay. Charot.
Kasi talaga,
Sa totoo lang, lahat talaga, ganyan yung expression sa akin.
ang sipag niya kasi nasa shoot kami. Sabi ko, nasa shoot kaming ganun. Tapos, nag-aano siya sa laptop niya. Tapos I remember, tinanong ko siya, sabi ko, ate, anong ginagawa mo? Sa work lang. Sabi ko, ayun, baka na-istorbo ko siya. Kabaliktaran naman talaga in person. Grabe. Kasi sobrang kausap ni Ate Andrea and very reliable. Lalo na pag nakita mo ng kukulitan side din niya. Sobrang approachable ni Ate Andrea. Kahit na, ayun, grabe. Kasi talagang namumultitasking. That's something that I really admire about her. Sabi ko, grabe. Lalo na po pag yung environment, medyo ganon. Medyo ganon. Talaga, nagla-laptop siya. Sabi ko, believe ako kay Ate Andrea. Kasi kaya niya talagang pagsabayin. So, ayun po, I'm really just happy na my journey is with them talaga. I think it really made it easier.
Yeah. So, now that you are actually, of course, you are part of the House of Crowns. So, ang tanong ko sa inyo is, what is the best thing you have learned from the House of Crowns? Let's start with you, Shannon.
The best thing I learned was just be yourself, love what you
Mm.
do, and enjoy every moment. As a first timer in pageantry, the main focus of Tito Edwin and Tito Dave in molding me was my mindset and my mental stability po.
Mm.
Since I'm just gonna be starting in the pageant, I don't know how it can challenge my mental capacities and my mental health. So they
Mm.
always told me na just focus on yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Tito Edwin gave me a book to read that helped me so
Mm.
much in order for me to have that mindset and that perfect mindset that when I got in and when I started the bubble period, I wasn't or never had a downfall that I can't do something because that book made me realize that I can be so much if I just believed in myself. That's the best training I had with Tito Edwin. He prepared us mentally so that we can perform well.
Yes. And you, yes, Miss Andrea. What's the best thing you
I
have learned from the camp?
The best thing I've learned about House of Crowns and being with Tito Edwin Uy and Tito Dave Ocampo is that to be
Mm.
confident. They really taught me a lot when it comes to entering, especially Miss World Philippines. Lagi nila sinasabi sa akin na just be yourself pero be confident. Ipamukha mo sa kanila na maganda ka, you are confident, you are capable of doing this. Especially every time na tinitreat nila ako as family, uh, us girls as family. That's
Mm.
where House of Crowns came from. House is actually a family with talaga ititreat ka po sa sa bahay nila mismo. Talaga i-welcome ka nila and that's something I'm always grateful for. So yun po. Sobrang dami pa
Okay,
actually.
yes.
Pero yun yung talagang tatatak sa akin na itong dalawang
Yeah.
tatay-tatayan namin sa House of
Yes.
Crowns, sa camp, is
Mm.
hindi lang talaga trainer, hindi lang mentor for us. They were family.
Yes. Thank you po lahat. At saka may acknowledge muna natin 'to, sabi ni John no Pagio. True, nag-video shoot kami ni Miss Andrea dito sa Bataan. After ng Miss World Philippines, trabaho na naman siya. Pag video shoot naka-off laptop
Diba?
niya. Pero pag-break di siya nagpahinga, trabaho din grabe. Super manage ang kanyang time. Go Andrea, proud na proud kami sa iyo. Yes. Ang sabi ni
He was my
co-admin ko
friend.
dito si Roy
He's
Cross, these ladies have equal chance to be trained and perform well in Miss World Philippines. We have to do this camp. Yan. Yes, Kyle. Miss Kyle. Ano yung... Kylie. Miss Kylie, sorry. Okay. Ano yung best thing that you have learned?
The first thing talaga na tinuturo po sa amin is, yun nga po, the mental conditioning as to what Shannon has said. Kasi what's really important is to have mental strength, especially in the world of pageantry. It's not easy. It's
Mm.
never going to be easy. And if you would just end up, having this inside battle within yourself with all of your insecurities, talagang yun din po, dun ka din matatalo. And that's something that
Mm.
Tito Edwin and Tito Dave keep on constantly telling me. Kasi I feel like parang I have this imposter syndrome, like na even if the answer is right in front of me, like I have a lot of things na pwede ko naman nang i-acknowledge for myself na lang, parang it's so hard for me to believe like in myself
Mm.
and what's happening to me, especially if it's something good, or if it's something that is paid off by myself din po, but through hard work. Parang it's really hard for me to gain confidence and self-esteem.
Mm.
Maniwala man kayo sa hindi. Talagang hanggang ngayon, I'm still conquering my fears of interacting with other people. I still have a stage fright. I still have anxiety.
Mm.
And yung ikinapagpapasalamat ko na lang po talaga is they're really there. Tito Edwin and Tito Dave are there talaga na constantly magsabi talaga sa akin na walang sawa, walang tigil na you have to believe in yourself. You have to be yourself, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to have the
Mm,
confidence. You also kasi kung hindi mo paniniwalaan yung sarili mo, ikaw muna dapat kasi yun magsa-start sa
yes.
sarili mo.
Mm,
So, ayun po, that's something na talagang hindi lang dito sa pageant na 'to mababaon ko or with House of Crowns lang. I think that's something na I can really get with me in life talaga, in my life journey. Nadadalhin ko talaga siya. That's why, ayun, tatay-tatayan na talaga namin sila, si Tito Edwin and Tito Dave. Talagang welcome kami sa bahay nila. So, that's something po, like, just like one of the things lang na natutunan ko kasi madami pa pong iba talaga from Tito Edwin and Tito Dave.
wow. Thank you for that. Gusto ko yung nabanggit mo na yung mayroon ka pa ring stage fright o yung parang public speaking, 'di ba? The fear of public speaking. Yan yung tinatawag nilang glossophobia and the fear of mingling with people kasi natatakot kang ma-criticize o natakot kang tingnan nila. Yan tinatawag nilang scopophobia. So actually hindi maiwasan yan. And of course tama yung sinabi mo, ikaw mismo dapat maniwala sa sarili mo, di ba? Yun ang first na i-conquer mo is sarili mo. Yan. And speaking of Andrea, sabi niya is, isa sa pinaka the best na natutunan niya is to be confident. Now, I would like to ask you that. How to be confident in beauty pageant?
In beauty pageant, you have to be, you will learn to be confident if you believe in yourself, in all your abilities,
Mm,
to do such things. You have to believe that you have all the capacities and capabilities in doing such things. That whatever happens at the end of the day, you are you. You are uniquely created in this world with all the purposes that was aligned in the future. So you have to prepare for that, and you have to be confident in terms of facing all those challenges that you have to face. And especially in beauty pageant, marami talagang tao na mag-criticize sa'yo.
yes.
You just have to believe na ikaw yan. You have to believe in
Yes.
yourself. You have to believe that kaya mo gawin lahat. Kasi in beauty pageants, as public figures, andiyan talaga yan eh. May sasabihin na
Mm,
sasabihin talaga yung ibang tao. Pero you
yes.
have to handle that. You have to handle your weaknesses and still stand in front of the people na, here I am. Ako to. You have to believe in me. You have to believe in all my abilities kasi naniniwala ako sa sarili ko. So, yun po. It's not all
Yes.
about the beauty. It's not all about the intelligence. It's how you present yourself in front of the public.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you for that. At ito kay Queen Shani na because you are so very young, but you have that napaka-admirable na confidence. How do you build that one? Anong mensahe mo sa mga kabataan to have that confidence like you have now?
Well, my message to my co-youth is that they need to know their self first.
Mm,
After they know their self, they need to love their whole self, their flaws, and everything. And after they love themselves, they need to radiate that love to
wow.
positivity and to conquer the world with so much power and a positive mindset. Because I believe that you need to be confident, but you also need to have a positive mindset in life. You always look at the glass half full rather than half empty, because in that way,
Yes.
we can have a perfect mantra in life. And all of us can be confident of who we are without trying to be comparing ourselves to other people. Because at the end of the day, we have our own unique beauty that we can show to the world.
Okay, thank you for that. At of course, speaking of that, things that you have learned, ano naman yung natutunan niyo with the girls na mga kasama niyo ngayon sa Miss World Philippines candidates? Ano yung pinakamagandang bagay na share mo? Pinakamagandang kwento na share niyo? Yes, Shannon.
I think po, when I was a roommate of Ate Dinde Pajares,
Yes.
she told me na you need to always be prepared. It's not because
Mm.
you're young, you need to act young. She told me na
Wow, nice.
yes, she
Mm.
told she also told me na that you don't compare yourself to other people. You just do yourself and do your best all the time, because
Yes.
we beauty queens are always observed. from a
Mm-mm.
pageant veteran, I took all of her advices, and it she told me that if someone is distracting you from the pageant,
Mm-mm.
um, it's your choice. You are the candidate. You can choose the people around you. You know who helps
Mm-mm.
you the most, and you know who is very toxic, that is not very helpful to you. You need
Yes.
to balance the people around you. And that's one thing that I learned most from Ate Dindy. And that's one thing
Wow.
I'll never forget that she told me.
Wow. Thank you for that. At ikaw, Miss Andrea.
What I've learned about this experience from
Yes.
Miss World and from all the girls around me is to enjoy everything. The fact that this is still a competition, pero during the lock-in, I've seen them
Mm-mm.
enjoying every moment, despite of the pandemic and the competition between us girls. Hindi naman po mawawala yun during the
Mm-mm.
during the spot na nandun na talaga
Yes.
kami sa stage. Pero backstage, talagang you can see all the other girls that still supporting each other. Oh,
Yes.
just like
Mm.
as simple as telling them, "Oh, you look great. You look beautiful today. Your makeup is good. The dress is nice." Something like that. You have to uplift each other kasi wala naman pong ibang
Yes.
gagawa nun kundi kayo lang din. Kasi
Okay.
kami lang din talaga yung kami lang din kasi magkakasama inside. So, yun lang talaga yung magpapa-boost ng confidence namin to present ourselves sa
Yes.
stage. And it's still a competition, pero yun nga po, the love and the support between and the bond between the girls, iba talaga.
Wow, thank you for that. At dahil dyan ito, shoutout natin si Mark Cesar Gonsalvo. Proud hairstylist here sa mga Naksi. Yan.
To
And of course,
Momsy.
yes, Miss Kylie. Ano yung
Ayun
part?
po, in general na din po with all of the girls, I think yung pinaka natutunan ko po talaga, like what Ate Andrea has said na din po is yung bond talaga, even if we're in the middle of the competition, you can still see girls na talagang we're fixing each other's makeup, we're fixing each other's hair, we're fixing each other's clothes. And I feel like, of course, in the photos or on stage, you can see us very competitive. You can
Wow.
see us talagang palaban. And with all the pageant fans na nag-aano sa comment section,
Yes.
ganyan, nagkakaroon sila ng discussion, ganyan,
Yes.
dapat ito yung manalo, ito yung manalo. That's
Yes,
very
yes.
kabaligtaran backstage. So,
Nag-aaway, di ba?
yes, yun nga po. Kaya nga sabi ko, kung naman tayo magkaroon ng culture na ganun, kasi behind
Yes.
like closed doors and backstage, we're all helping each other. And I think that's the essence of it talaga, na womanhood and woman empowerment, na hindi na dapat tayo nandun sa era na parang kailangan mag-away, gano'n, kailangan pagpalaban ka, ito yung gagawin mo. Kasi
Mm-mm.
hindi competitive na wala kang natatapakang ibang tao.
Yes.
And that's something din na talagang natutunan ko ng sobra kasi at the end of the day, the bond that you've had with these people, the things that you have learned, especially their dialect, they're coming
Yes.
from different places, and yung mga
Mm-mm.
food and stuff like that, those are the things that talagang babaunin mo even after the competition. And kung hindi mo i-enjoyin yung every moment of every second of it, of the journey, parang I think mawawala yung essence na you were there and you had the journey with Miss World. So ayun po, talagang marami akong natutunan with Miss World.
Wow. Thank you for that. At of course, ito natanong ko to kay Doc Pau Si Doc Pau, Pauline Robles
Problem.
kasi naging guest. I have actually interviewed her and ito tatanong ko dito sa inyo if there is misconception about beauty pageant and you have proven wrong during your entire journey in this Miss World Philippines pageant, what is that? Shannon, ano yun?
But we're all about beauty. That's the biggest misconception of beauty pageants. We're just beautiful. We're
Mm-mm.
just about the physical physique. It's just about how sexy we are, how beautiful faces that we have. But no,
Mm-mm.
I learned that each and every girl has their own story to tell,
Yes.
and each and every girl has their own advocacy to focus on. They have their own purpose and they found it at their and they stand up for it. At their age, they at their profession, they stand up for what they know is right and they have a
Mm.
stronghold on what they believe. And I believe that
Wow.
people should focus more about what we girls are fighting for, what we girls are standing up for. Because at the end of the day, our physical physique will fade, but our heart for what we know is right and the advocacies that is very close to our heart and mind will stay forever. So
Wow.
that's what you guys need to focus on more.
Yes. And yes, you, yes, Miss Andrea, ano yung misconception na na-prove mong mali?
Just like Shannon, yun din po yung lagi ko sinasabi that beauty pageants is more than just beauty, height, beauty
Mm-mm.
standards, nor performances. It's not all about entertainment and the programs
Mm.
that the organization is preparing for, but it's more on focusing on finding the girl who can be the image of the organization and the image of the crown. Because the crown holds a lot of responsibilities after. So they have to look for the exact, almost for perfect girl, pero nobody's perfect. Pero yun po,
Yes.
they have to look for someone who is responsible enough to hold the title na rin and to represent our country on the international stage. And pageants are more than just, ayun nga po, entertainment because they were looking for someone who can work for
Mm-mm.
the purpose of the organization. So, yun po. Hindi lang siya dahil sa naghahanap tayo ng maganda, kung sino may
Yes.
height, kung sino maganda ang credentials, something like that.
Yes.
Pero kailangan natin yung, we need someone who can be the image, uh, that can present herself purely into public.
Yes. Thank you for that. And with you, Miss Kylie.
The thing din po, I think that we're defining nowadays is the misogynistic view about pageantry and pageants in
Wow.
general. And I think then po, people really should start thinking that pageants like these are transformative. It's not just all about the entertainment anymore. It's not just all
Yes.
about the show anymore, or who else is more has more credentials than the other, who
Mm-mm.
else has more like audience than the other. I think that it should be transformative in the way that we should celebrate all women and being inclusive of who they are and what they're fighting for, especially that we have advocacies that we're really passionate about. And with that, I think it's time that people should not take platforms like these as a level of face value, like what Shannon said, because I think that that's so shallow. Like people should really start
Mm-mm.
thinking na these pageants are a celebratory of women that has these advocacies, these things
Mm.
that we're really passionate about and has conviction about, and that it really helped us, it really helped us foray in the fields that we are forging into. Like at the Andrea, she's working, but she has an advocacy which is cancer awareness, and also with
Mm.
Shannon, she's only young but coming out
Mm.
strong with
Yes.
teenage pregnancy. And I think na that's something talaga na yun po pinaglalaban namin, and yung misconception about beauty pageants, that is just a beauty pageant.
Yes.
It's not all about it anymore. Yun po.
Mm.
There's more to it than just a face value or at the level of face value.
Yes, thank you for that. At ito nakita ko yung mga gown photos niyo eh. Are those gowns would be your gowns in the finals or iba?
No
Iba po.
pa.
No, it's
Iba po.
just right.
Okay. So at least oh. So ito, mga panghuling question ko sa inyo. Ano yung mga paghahanda niyo sa para sa finals? Let's start with you, Shannon.
Well, for me po, I need to focus more on my pasarela
Mhm.
and my Q&A. I need to polish everything. I want everything to be perfect. I'm practicing with my passerella and wearing my final gown. I'm practicing with my looks. I'm just polishing and trying to make everything perfect for the finals. I want it to be perfect.
Yes. And yes, Miss Andrea.
Well, we all know that to be in a national pageant, major national pageant, for a major crown, you have to be mentally and physically prepared. So that's what I'm doing for now. Just like Shannon, I have to focus on my pasarela, then on my Q&A. I have to polish my communication skills to be able to answer well during the coronation night. So, ayun po. And matulog din.
Yes,
Matulog
fine.
din ng sapat
Yeah, agree.
para may
Agree.
energy tayo kinabukasan natin.
Ayun. And yes, Miss Kylie.
Ayun po, pretty much the same with the
Mm-mm.
girls, with my two sisters from House of Crowns. Of course, the Pazzarella and the Q&A, we need to polish everything, especially in terms of communication. And also physically, I'm working out po talaga intensively. And I think that it really would help me then with the way I think kasi it has an impact din po with our mental health. Exercising every single day, kahit na 20 minutes, 30 minutes lang at least every morning. So yun din po, I encourage din everyone to do the same thing kasi it can really make a huge difference. Especially po hindi lang din naman po magbe-benefit sa akin yun during the course of the competition, but also like after the competition, if I'm fit, I'm also mentally fit.
Okay, thank you for that. Of course, mga isa pa sa mga huling question ko dito kasi si of course, Dindy Paharis is I think would be departing for to Poland probably next week na ba? Ano yung mga message niyo sa kanya? Shannon.
Well, I believe in Ate Dindi. Um,
Mm-mm.
if I will have a message to Ate Dindi, it will be like, "Hi, Ate Rumi. I know you
Yes.
will do well. This is your dream. I
Mm-mm.
know that you will conquer the world in Poland with so much power and conviction because you deserve this. You worked hard for this, and I saw your efforts. And I know that you will bring home the second Miss Supranational crown back in the Philippines."
Yes. And with Miss Andrea?
Hi to my kababayan, Daily Pajares. I know you've been doing well and preparing for
Kababayan.
international
Mm.
pageant, and we all believe in you. You have to believe yourself as well. Be confident facing all the other girls that will represent their country internationally. And yun lang, i-enjoy mo lang lahat ng experiences since this will be your last pageant, sabi mo nga. But yeah, we believe in you. Enjoy everything and bring home.
Yes. And of course, Miss Kylie.
Ayun, hi Ate Kumare. She
Yes.
always calls me Kumare po talaga. So, oh my
Yes.
God, Kumare po yung tawag sa akin ni Ate
Mm.
Dinding. So, ayun, yun. Hi, Ate Kumare. Alam ko naman na gagalingan mo dyan and you would do your best. You have been preparing for this and I'm really just so, so proud of you. Sana wag mo pa rin makalimutan na, of course, enjoy your journey. This is something very memorable. And, ayun, good luck, Godspeed, and sana, yun, basta bring home the crown. Alam ko naman na gagawin mo talaga yung best mo at gagalingan mo. I believe in you.
Yes. Of course. Of course. Kukunin ko din message nyo. If you have special message to your camp, House of Crowns, kina Sir Edwin at Sir Dave Ocampo, at sa lahat, ano yun? Shannon. Miss Shannon. Narinig ba? Nawala. Okay, kay ko na lang, Miss Andrea, kung may
Oh,
message ka sa House of Crowns. If you have special message to your House of Crowns camp,
Uh,
ano yun?
Message ko po sa House of Crown, especially kay Tito Edwin Oy and Tito Dave Ocabo. I know you're watching right now. I just want to say thank you for all the effort. Na-appreciate ko po yun. sa journey ko here in this world, and I know that um you've been busy na alagaan kami. I
Mm.
know you're busy with your life, pero pinili niyo pa rin na alagaan kami and to make the most out of it, and to alam niyo yun, to ilaba na ila tinulungan thank you po sa pagtutulong sa'kin na ilabas lahat ng kung meron ako ngayon. So,
Yes.
everything that I have now is for you were part of it. So, thank you po.
Wow. Thank you. Yes. Balikan natin si Miss Shannon.
Hello.
Yes. Nakikinig ka.
Hello po. So if hi Tito Edwin and hi Tito Dave and all to all of the parts of the House of Crowns team. Thank you so much for giving us all the opportunity, all the trainings, all the efforts. It's highly and deeply appreciated. Thank you so much for giving us our second home, which is your house, which you guys welcome us so much. Yeah. You guys are our second family, and even after the pageant, mangungulit pa din po kami dyan sa bahay nyo. So, I, ayun po, very thankful po kami sa inyo. Wag po kayo iyak, charot. I hope you guys will always stay safe all the time, and love na love po namin kayo. Hello, charot.
Wow. And of course, Miss Kylie.
Message in general to House of Cards and to Tita Ed. Sa, with the two girls, I think I'm pretty much, nakapag-message naman na ako. Nabasa na siguro nila yan, pero I've sent my message already because it's really been a tough week. It's really been a tough month for all of us since this journey isn't easy. Our journey in this world isn't easy at all. And I'm just so thankful and grateful na Tito Edwin and Tito Dave are the ones who handles us in this situation or in this journey kasi talagang hindi lang yung pag-support nila in terms of what we wear, in terms
Mm-mm.
of the things or technicalities na kailangan gawin, but
Mm.
just the bond and the family that we have found talaga with them po. And that's something
Wow.
that we really treasure, and it won't end here, of course, with Miss World. Like, after, talagang matagal naman ako kay Latito, and, ay, ako maiyak. Ako pa yung maiiyak. Hindi, pero, Tito Dave and Tito Edwin, I'm just really thankful talaga na, as in, like, they never left my side until now. Kahit na may mga times na medyo pasaway ako. Talagang, as in, I think, second family na po talaga yung role nila sa akin. Kasi, ang tagal na din po namin magkasama, and I'm just really grateful na you're always there. You're always there, not just para sa akin, but of course with my sisters na din, with my new sisters, Shannon and Ate Andrea. And we love you so much po. Please always stay safe. And ayun po, I really hope na uh, lagi kayong nag-iingat, lagi kayong diyan lang po kayo sa bahay. Basta ayun po, thank you so much, and I really know that I appreciate you po talaga. Super.
Wow, thank you for that. At acknowledge muna natin dito na Car Loan has Shani and Manzano, you look beautiful today. Wow. And of course, nung pisahan na ni Miss Kylie na may message sila sa kay Miss Shannon at kay Miss Andrea. So, kayo naman, Miss Shannon at Andrea, ano yung message niyo sa bawat isa? You, Shannon, yes.
Hello.
Miss Shannon, message mo kay ate mo, Kyle, Ana, yes, Miss Andrea, yan.
Kay Ate Kel po, I hope na she always stays safe. She gets to bond with us more. Kasi, charot. I hope that she will she will just be happy all the time, knowing that sometimes the road can be tough. She should always know na nandito lang naman kami nila ate and then always. Like, hala, iyakan ba to? Charot, wait lang. Tapos, uh, she should always believe in herself. never compare herself to other people because she is very beautiful, very doll like girl. And we always love her and we're always here for her no matter what. Like kasangga niya kami anytime, anywhere, ganun po. Ano ba yan? Charot lang, wait lang po. Kay Ate Andrea po, stay bully, stay masungit, stay... No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Ate Andeng is really like an ate to me. She was there with me on my toughest times during the pageant. She was my mom inside. I love you, and I I can't afford to lose the friendship that we have. Like Ate Endeng, she will always be my ate forever. Kasi po pag hindi, hahantingin ko po siya sa bahay nila. Yun lang po.
Thank
Kung
you.
bibigyan ka na nga ng susi rin ng nanay ko dito sa bahay.
Baka nga po, friends na rin po kami ni Tita.
Yes, and you, Miss Andrea, yes.
Ayan. First, kay Kylie, don't stress yourself out. Just enjoy the whole journey. We are here for you. Sanan and I will always be here for you, especially sa lock-in. And the House of Crown, don't forget na meron tayong tatay. Dalawang tatay na talaga.
Mm-mm.
Namumukpok sa atin na gawin mo to, gawin mo yan. But then, hinayaan nila tayo na mag-enjoy and we all know that na alam mong love ka ni ate. So, ayun, just enjoy the whole journey. Nandito kami lagi. And I'll always be proud of you. And kay Shannon, wala na. Joke lang.
Napakasama. Napakasama talaga.
Hoy, hindi, no. Alam mo naman, love kita. Just stay makulit. Stay bubbly. Okay lang kahit nanggugulo ka sa room namin ni Dan. Wala naman na kaming choice, wala na kaming magagawa. Pero ayan, I will always be your ate then. You know that I love you. Please, pagawa mo na ako ng oatmeal.
Yan,
Ayan po.
at of
Hello,
course.
hello.
At sa mga aspiring beauty queens dyan, na gusto niyong pumasok sa House of Crowns. Yes. Take your time.
I'll start po.
Yes.
Well, I'm calling out the attention of all the aspiring beauty queens as young as me or younger than me to enroll and try to screen at the House of Crowns camp because it is the best camp, especially for newbies, since very maalaga. You can trust them with all of your heart and hindi ka nila papabayaan all throughout your journey. Hashtag Alagang House of Crowns.
Yes. Miss Kylie.
Okay, so ayan, calling the attention of everyone. I am inviting everyone then, of course, for House of Concert to join us along with my sisters. Rest assured na talagang in your journey, hindi kayo mapapabayaan. And also, I take pride in na hindi lang in technicalities kayo tutulungan, but psychologically talaga and the mental conditioning, which is something na talagang importante na madalas and most of the times we just focus on pasarela, communication skills, what we wear and stuff like that, na nakakalimutan natin na what we really need when we're competing is mental strength. And that's something na talagang I think what's unique about us or how we're trained kasi talagang mental conditioning and mental strength would be there. So talagang suporta
Yes.
hindi lang in terms of pasarela, in terms of what you wear, but also they're not going to be physically there, but also talagang emotionally supportive, spiritually na din, and talagang you can trust them and they're going to be very reliable. And House of Crowns, talagang house, family. So I would like everyone to welcome you all in our family.
Wow. And of course, last, Miss Andrea.
To all of those girls and guys na rin na gusto
Yes.
talagang
Mm-mm.
pursue ng business, I encourage you to try House of Crowns kasi they were very hands-on. They will, our titos will really push you through your limits. Kasi, ayun nga, talagang pupupukin ka nila. They can be very strict, but they're still your family inside the house. So, kung ano man yung nakikita niyo sa amin ngayon throughout the journey, yun yung pinundar nila para sa amin. And we were proud to say that galing kami sa House of Crowns na alaga ni Tito Edwin and ni
Mm.
Tito Dave. But, ayun po, we're talagang grateful and proud kami na hawak kami ng House of Crowns kasi nandiyan sila to mentor you, to train you to the best that they can, to the best of their abilities. Lahat ng experiences sa pageant, meron sila.
Mm.
And yun, lahat ng kung ano man natutunan nila back then sa pageantry and modeling na rin, isasali nila talaga sa'yo kung ano yung nalalaman nila. And they were very hands-on sa bawat girl. Tututukan talaga nila lahat ng training and
Wow.
especially yung diet. Kasi yun talaga kailangan natin. Pero yan, hindi lang physically but most importantly, sabi nga ni Kylie, mentally na rin po. So, ayun. And we will welcome you wholeheartedly sa House of Crowns.
Yes, thank you. At nag-message si Sir Edwin Oy. Thanks girls, naiyak ako sa mga message niyo. Oy, pinaiyak niyo si Sir Edwin ha. At may message si Malo Soriano Solangi. Thank you sa House of Crowns sa pag-alaga at tiwala nila sa mga girls. At sa inyo girls, keep up the good work. Love you all and God bless you all.
Love you,
At of course,
tita!
wow. Dave Ocampo. Yes, Sir Dave Ocampo. Naiyak naman ako. Love you all, girls. Wow. Nandiyan sila. Yan. Ito, panghuling mensahe na lang dito. Ano yung mga message niyo sa inyong mga supporters para sa at saka para sa finals? Mga kababayan na rin. Yes, Shannon. Let's start with you.
Well, as we all know po, I am a newbie here in pageantry. So, to all of my supporters, my family, my friends who gave their never-ending support in every aspect, may it be my mental health support, may it be physical support, my reviewer support. Thank you,
Mm.
thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Kahit hindi ako minsan nakaka-reply to your messages, I am in my deepest gratitude to everyone who helped me on this journey because I believe that I am not the Shannon that is standing on that stage on the coronation night if it's not because of all of you. So, mahigpit na yakap po para sa inyong lahat.
Wow, thank you. And Miss Andrea?
I just want to say thank you to all my supporters, especially dito po sa amin sa Morong, as someone who joins the national pageant the very first time, the first girl who joins the national pageant na nanggaling
Wow.
sa Morong. Thank you for all your support. Nakaka-overwhelm po kasi from the church, from my school, and all of my friends, and even yung mga hindi ko talaga kakilala, makikita mo talaga na nag-support sila sa akin sa journey ko. And I'm thankful for that. Thank you din po sa family ko for supporting me all the way. We've gone this far, and we still have a long journey ahead of us. So thank you po.
And of course, Miss Kylie.
To all my supporters, I kept on telling you guys I'm still in an awe, and that your support is what keeps me fueled up towards fighting for the crown and vying for the crown. And so I'm just very thankful, especially to my post coronation family and to my JCFC family as well, and to all my kabalens, of course, from Pampanga. Salamat po kaya kayungan, and of course abangan niyo po kami sa coronation night, and I'm gonna do my best because I know that I have you guys in my back, in my front, and at my sides that is going to support me and is going to uplift me in every step of the way, and I have that as an enough fuel for me to really keep on going. So please do support me, and not just me, all of the ladies as well.
Mm.
And ayun po, abangan niyo po kami sa coronation. We will really do our best.
Yes.
Special shout out po to Post Carnation. They are a group of pageant fans that became our friends. They are very supportive. They are
Wow.
Joey Jabon Albos, Ate Senta Mayo. They're like Ate Kyle, and there's so many po. Yeah, Queen
Mm.
Kyle. Thank you so much po to them. Special shout out because they are like a group of friends ready to back you up whenever you need someone to talk to, you need someone in any aspect of the pageant, they are there. And we're not
Wow.
actually related in any way, but they're just that group that's ready to support any beauty queen. So thank you so much, Pastor
Wow.
Nation.
Wow. Thank you for that. Maraming,
And sir, sir Sam,
yes. Yes, it's okay.
I just want to, may ikli lang po. I just want to say thank you na rin po to my Bataan Cancer Society and support group family for welcoming me as a new member to
Wow.
this past month. Thank you din po sa lahat ng support kasi makikita mo talaga sa group chat. Nakikita mo talaga nanonood sila.
Mm-mm.
They're watching my clip. So thank you po. Thank you, thank you.
Yes. At of course, imbitahin natin sila. The finals would be on August 8, right?
Yes po.
Sa Grand Ballroom sa kuan ba? Anong hotel to?
Okada, Manila.
Yung venue.
Yes, Okada, Manila. Yes. Oo. So guys, yes, sa finals kasi may mga links 'yan na mga live streaming links. Of course, from the Miss World Philippines organization links. Stay tuned lang kayo din sa page namin. Of course, sa Miss World Philippines organization para sa finals. At of course, Shannon, pahabol ko lang, kanina nagkuan ka, nagsibuano ka, marunong ka magbisaya?
Kabalo ko magbisaya kay ang akong mama magbinisaya og pero
Di ay.
makipag-istoryahan sa akong mga tiya og sa akong mga ate nga magbinisaya man sila, ako
Sabot.
makatubag man makasabot
Oo,
man
tubag.
ko
Oo.
kay makatubag-tubag man ko kay na-adapt na lang nakon sa akong paglaki kay araw-araw jud na dili na ano lang ako nitudlan. Nag-ano lang ko, magpinataka lang ko, nga magpinatsamba lang ko kung magtama ang akong Bisaya. From South
Oo.
Cotabato si Mommy. South Cotabato, Surala.
Wow. So, hi sa lahat ng mga Bisaya nandito, mga Cebuano ha. Maayong gabi at dagang salamat sa inyong pagkuan paminaw sa mua.
Daghang salamat.
Okay. Okay, girls, from the House of Crowns Beauties. Naku, maraming salamat for the chance ha.
Thank you
Sir
so
Edwin
much
Oy,
po.
Sir Deep Ocampo. Good luck sa inyo.
Thank you po. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Yes.
much po.
You're welcome.
Thank you po.
Kayang-kaya nyo yan ha. Oo.
Thank you
At
po.
good luck pa. Aside from the pageantry
Thank you po.
sa mga buhay-buhay ninyo. Nako, good luck.
Apo.
Yes.
Yes.
Kayo din po, stay safe po always.
Yes, thank you po.
Thank you po.
Okay, bye po sa
po.
lahat na nandyan. Maraming salamat po. And keep safe po
Thank
tayong
you,
lahat.
everyone who
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you po. Thank you, Sir Sam.
You're welcome. You're so welcome po. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye
Yan. Bye, Queen Shannon, Queen Kylie, and Queen Andrea. Yan. Thank you.